Sam Wilson has proudly taken up the shield and become the new Captain America. And with the help of newly elected President Thaddeus Ross, is looking to reform the Avengers. However, during a meeting to discuss resources, President Ross is attacked by one of Sam's closest allies. This puts the government on high alert, and leads Sam to do some digging of his own to find the leader of this operation. This is Captain America: Brave New World. Captain America: Brave New World is the latest film in the MCU, and the fourth in the Captain America franchise. The first of which that sees Sam Wilson take up the shield and become Captain America. Now, I will get to the elephant in the room here and say I completely recognize that this review is super late, but come on, I bought all this stuff, and I wanted to use it, so sue me? Plus, I just kind of wanted an excuse to talk about this movie, because Captain America: Brave New World is kinda rad. It is distinctly different compared to the Steve Rogers Captain America films, but I think that's more than welcome. Anthony Mackie has always been a great addition to the MCU as Sam Wilson. From his debut in 2014 to him having the opening line in one of the most emotionally exciting scenes in film history, Falcon has always shined as a trusted friend and ally to Steve Rogers. And I have been eagerly awaiting his solo film since the final episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And he definitely didn't disappoint. He more than solidified himself as Captain America. He has all the heart, drive, and determination, all without the super soldier serum. Because it's not what's in his veins, it's what's in his heart. And I don't really care if that sounds cheesy, it's just kind of true. The damn near perfect representation of what America should be, not what it is. Now, aside from Anthony Mackie finally getting his own film as Sam Wilson, there was another casting choice that really got me excited. Now, sadly, in 2022, William Hurt passed away, and he had played Thaddeus Ross in multiple MCU films up to that point. It really disappointed me that he didn't get to see that character to its full potential, as I fully believe he would have knocked it out of the park. But I'm more than happy that the MCU didn't shelve this character, and casting Harrison Ford is more than enough to get me excited. This is the most play Thaddeus Ross has gotten in an MCU film to date, and Harrison Ford knocks it out of the park. Perhaps Red Hulk himself isn't in the film too much, but the combination of Ross's character and Ford's performance makes the payoff more than worth it. I will admit, I do kind of wish they didn't overly advertise Red Hulk, because that would have been such a cool surprise in the film, but at the same time, I completely get it. Big monster. I'm clearly a sucker for it too, because listen, Hulk's cool, but what if he was red? Now, one of my biggest worries with this film was they were going to forget that Sam Wilson isn't a super soldier. I was worried they were going to have him going around doing things he definitely shouldn't be able to do. And there is a little bit of that in the film, but far and away what I expected. In fact, Sam is struggling with not being a super soldier, not being able to keep up with the other superhumans of the world. And I kind of think that's more than a brilliant way to take that character, especially for a first film. Him going the distance against a Hulk is a great way to sell his drive, determination, and cleverness. On top of that, they utilize his wings excellently in the action. There is a great dogfight scene that is all I could have asked for. His wings are basically his super soldier serum, so I'm happy he uses them so fruitfully. But I'm still just really happy that this film managed to keep the idea that Sam is just a guy important, and how he isn't in... I want to see a borderline ordinary human take on these larger-than-life characters. I think that's actually interesting. Unrelated, I really need to see Batman punch a clay man or a crocodile man, or I'm gonna pop a blood vessel. Now, a weird and interesting part about this film is that it also feels like a sequel to The Incredible Hulk and Eternals, which is definitely a weird combination of movies to make a sequel of, but I can get behind it. That becomes more apparent when the film introduces another villain, the main villain even, who I won't spoil, but his design is definitely unique to the movie. There are aspects I really like about it, and I think the prosthetic design is pretty good. It's just, did MODOK scare them away from giving people big heads? Because I really think MODOK scared Marvel away from giving people big heads. If you have any bit of Marvel knowledge, you know who I'm talking about, but if you don't, keep it that way. The movie's a lot more fun if you don't. But here's the thing. The film does feel a bit tonally divided at times. I can't exactly say whether or not that has to do with any reshoots or whatnot, but there definitely comes points in the film where it feels like it wants to be a gritty spy thriller while simultaneously being a comic book movie. And that isn't to say it can't be both. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is one of the best, if not the best, MCU movie, and it kicks ass at being both. This one, on the other hand, has larger tonal jumps, so take that for what you will. That aside, though, this is still a more than solid film, one that proves Sam Wilson is worthy of the shield. I just hope Anthony Mackie's okay with Tom Holland being 100% correct. There is no Falcon movie, because Anthony Mackie is Captain America. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and again, I'm sorry this one in particular is so late. I just bought all this stuff, and I really wanted to just use it, because who knows if I'm ever going to get to use the Red Hulk hands again. I hope so. I hope we see Red Hulk again. But if you did enjoy this video, consider hitting that like button and smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when my next review drops. Until next time, I'm Quint Dunaway, hoping you will keep it cinematic.